Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is Monday, the 2nd day of January, 2023. Welcome to the future.
I'm so
Holy
excited
cow.
for a brand
National
new year.
Buffet Day today. National Cream Puff Day today. National Personal Trainer Awareness Day. National Science Fiction Day. And National Thank God It's Monday Day today.
Okay.
So, yeah, all of these things happening on this Movie Star Monday. And I'm excited to welcome back to the program Frankie Faison. He's in a new movie called Till. He's been in a bunch of movies, and the thing that's really cool, he was in a movie called Coming to America back in the 80s, and I think that's the first movie I've seen him in. But he's been in a lot of stuff since then, and now, more recently, he's had an opportunity to have some pretty big roles in some movies. So this is a guy who's busted his hump his entire life, and he was kind of a character actor. And again, not taking anything away from that because he was working and he was happy, but he's had some amazing opportunities. And this new movie, Till, is another one that came out tail end of last year. And I think it's doing really, really well. We'll chat with them all about it in a bit.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. If you could work from anywhere, where would you choose to live? Most importantly, which U.S. city would set you up for success? There's been a I don't know what you call it, a survey apparently that was done. The best city for remote workers. And the top 10 I've got in the show notes here. I'll just do the top 3. Tampa is number 3. Frisco, Texas, number 2. Plano, Texas, number 1. I wonder why that would be for remote workers. Wouldn't that just be wherever you happen to be? Wouldn't you think?
You would think.
Worst city for remote workers are all in California. Every single one of them. There's 10.
Really?
The top 10, every one of these. Oceanside, Oxnard, Palmdale, Chula Vista, Lancaster, Escondido, Garden Grove, Glendale, Salinas, or Salinas,
what are
I think
they
say,
basing that
and
on?
Santa Ana. All of them in California.
Is there a breakdown?
Well, it doesn't really say.
Oh.
So there's a link that has all the details on how they figured it out if you're interested. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know Atlantis, or some people called it Atlantica, was described in antiquity as a large island in the sea to the west of the known world, so the Western Ocean, near the Pillars of Hercules, the Gibraltar Straits maybe? It was not, therefore, part of a known geography of the period. An earthquake was said to have submerged it in the ocean. It was first mentioned in 360 BC by Plato. An Egyptian priest was supposed to have described it to the Greek statesman. The priest insisted that Atlantis was enormous, bigger than Asia Minor, which is today part of Turkey, and Libya combined. So Atlantis was supposedly huge. Anyway, there's more information about this. Very interesting stuff. If you're interested, I've got it in the show notes. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Tom Cruise motorcycles off a cliff, base jumps through the sky, and leaps out of planes in an extended behind-the-scenes featurette released by Paramount for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. The clips open with a shot of a long ramp curling over a cliff's rocky edge in Norway. Christopher McQuarrie, is that how you say it? A writer and director of the film, says, "This is far and away the most dangerous thing we've ever attempted." Cruise added, "We've been working on this for years. It's going to be a motorcycle jump off a cliff into a base jump. I've wanted to do it since I was a little kid. The clip shows the arduous prep that the stunt involved, including over 500 skydives, 13,000 motorcycle jumps or motocross jumps. Dead Reckoning set for release in July. I've got a link to all this stuff. Does that sound like something you were like lined up to see, Heidi?
No, not
You don't want
at
to
all.
see Tom Cruise jump a motorcycle off a cliff
Not
into
even a little.
into a, what was it called? A something jump? A dead jump? I don't know. It just sounds, no, it sounds very, it sounds very dangerous to me. Big Screen, Little Screen brought to you by channelsurfertv.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. This was also almost my good news for today. It's such a cool story, but I just thought this would be a neat thing. This happened on Christmas Day. South Carolina Education Lottery said they picked the pick 3 drawing paid out more than $3 million in prizes. When the numbers came up, what do you think? On Christmas
They won.
Day. What do you think the number was, though?
I don't know.
777.
Okay.
Lottery officials said 12,125 tickets had the number 777.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people picked that as their number. This was selected on Christmas Day. Each ticket earns a prize of $250 to $500, depending on the amount paid for the ticket. The total payout was just over $3 million, the lottery says. Triple number combinations are by far their most popular played sequences, with the midday drawing producing 10 times the number of wins compared to the week prior. Officials said in a news release, the drawing marked the 14th time that a South Carolina Pick 3 drawing had resulted in the lucky numbers 777. So it's happened now 14 times.
Crazy. So those are pretty good numbers to pick.
Apparently. So I wonder what other triple numbers, if like 111, 222. I don't have any of the breakdown of how many times those things have happened. But I think that's really cool that happened. And I think it's really cool that it happened on Christmas Day. So would have been really weird if it would have been 666 on Christmas Day.
Yeah,
that would have
really.
Been, I wonder if that's ever won. You think?
Probably
People
not.
show up to claim their prize dressed in black. South Carolina Education Lottery, again, on Christmas Day, so a week ago now, came up as 777. I think it's cool. There were 12,125 ticket winners. There were that many people that bought that number 777.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot of people.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so very cool. I've got the story. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Super excited to visit right now with Frankie Faison. And last time we talked to him, he was talking to us about a film that came out called The Killing of Kenneth Chamberlain. And that film has done amazingly well. We've got a couple of additional things we're going to chat about today. But Frankie, congrats on your success, man.
Oh, thank you, John. I appreciate that.
And now we've got a new film out, also based on a true story. And this film is called Till. And that's the last name of Emmett Till. And you're in this program with Whoopi Goldberg. And it's based on a true story from the 1950s, a really sad true story. And I'm glad that we're not seeing these kind of things happen on a regular basis anymore. But boy, it was a weird time in America, wasn't it?
It was a very weird time in America. And this is just one of the stories that got national attention. But there are so many more that, that never even made, scratch the surface. They were, unfortunate. That's part of our history. And, but the good thing is, this story is a very prominent part of our history, and this story is getting national attention because it is being put out there through this film called Till, which I would advise everyone to go and see. It's a difficult film to watch, but it's a film that needs to be seen.
Well, people are loving this film, and they're saying this is a story that needed to be told.
Absolutely, and it's being told in a way most people, or a lot of people know, peripherally, that Emmett Till was this black boy who went down south, and they say supposedly whistled at a white woman, or spoke to her or looked at her, which was unacceptable in those days, 1955. And he was brutally murdered, dragged out of his home. He was staying with his uncle. He was down there working, picking cotton in the South. But he was dragged out of his home with his cousins and everyone watching. And then he was taken away and brutally beaten and then eventually murdered. And his mother went down south. First of all, she had the body sent back to Chicago where they lived, and she had an open casket so the world could see what had happened to her son. And that was a very courageous act, because especially during that period and during that time, and it was a real strong catalyst for the civil rights movement. And this film is about the courage of Mamie Till, the mother, in going down south and testifying against white men, which she was risking her life doing that. But this film, it focuses on her and the story of family and community and how they supported and wanted to make sure that this incident was exposed and seen so that it could never happen again.
And one of the other amazing things about this film, this is an opportunity for people to see how something so positive can come from something so negative.
Oh, absolutely. Her actions, she became a spokesman for civil rights movement. She was certainly a role model for Rosa Parks. She said that's why she stood up when she sat down on that bus and wouldn't get up, because it was thinking about what had happened to Emmett Till. It just paralyzed her to the point of saying, I have to do something. And so many others, they have been motivated and inspired by Mamie Till and her action.
Now, not to change the subject, but congrats on some other successes as well. Rookie Feds, you've got this new program. Tell me a little bit about this.
Rookie Feds is about the oldest rookie in the FBI, and she's played by the wonderful Niecy Nash. Her story is she's basically trying to have a bigger minority voice in the FBI in that system, and her fight and struggle against that. And I'm juxtaposed against her in playing her father, who was incarcerated by the FBI and the police for a crime he didn't do. And so, to me, this is bringing notice, a voice, a sight, a vision to the fact that there's a point of view from the FBI and there's a point of view from victims and civilians out there. So I think anything that I can do that can bring a law enforcement and community closer together, I'm behind it 100%, because we all have to live together and work together. And I'm very proud to be able to do that. Being television, it's an entertainment value that's very nice too. So you will be able to laugh and also be pushed a little bit, hopefully so subliminally you won't even recognize it.
Well, that sounds great. Frankie, thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Again, our guest today has been Frankie Faison. I've got more information about the TV show and the movie in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Tom Hanks has a collection of over 100 typewriters. I knew that. He's a writer.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I know. I read a thing about somebody who was trying to get an interview with him, and he was not getting back to them. So they sent him a typewriter, and in it was a typewriter he didn't have. They knew he didn't have it. They typed a thing saying, "Here's our contact info. We would like to do an interview," and they sent that to him, and they actually got the interview that way.
Okay.
I was like, how cool is that? I bet he's got more people sending him typewriters now. So, fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Jennifer Lopez was Madonna's first choice to perform. Remember the Kiss in 2003 from the MTV Music Awards? Anyway, J-Lo said no. Britney Spears said yup.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
And another fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Independence Day star Jeff Goldblum and his wife had their first child on Independence Day. How cool is that?
Oh, that's cool.
And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Leonardo DiCaprio's mother was looking at Leonardo da Vinci paintings in a museum the day that Leo kicked. That's why she named him Leonardo.
Okay, interesting.
That's very cool. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Yay! It's brought to you by Mintervention.com. Question, Heidi. Your ability to do this is diminished while you're laying down. Huh. I never thought of this, but
To whistle.
no. Now I'm going to have to try to whistle while I'm laying down. No, your ability to smell.
Oh,
Yeah, while you're laying down, you can't smell as well. So that's interesting.
okay.
I'm blessed with the fact that Heidi can't smell very good any day.
I really can't.
That's why we get along so well. Because I
I've been
probably
married
don't
so
smell.
long.
I don't smell good, I'm sure. I just don't look like I would, at least. So, Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. It's never a good idea to use animals as a weapon. Police were called to a residence on a report of domestic battery. Further investigation found Susan Franklin had gotten into an argument with her girlfriend, at which time she picked up her cat and used it to scratch the face of her domestic partner. Yeah. What in the world is going on here? I just don't understand this. The victim suffered numerous lacerations on her face. She pressed charges, and Susan was charged with domestic battery. The cat, by the way, clearly an accomplice, but was not charged.
Wow.
Yeah, that cat got away scot-free. I don't know. I think I'd have thrown the cat behind bars, too. Maybe not. All right, that is such a weird story. That is why it's weird news. Brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. When analyzing slang terms, there's a lot of culture, like pop culture words that we start using. I've never heard of half of these, but these are the words and the famous person that used them first. Sliving. Paris Hilton,
Okay.
and it's simply put, a person who's sliving is somebody who is apparently slaying and living at the same time.
Okay.
I'm sliving. Occur instead of okay. Cardi B apparently doesn't say okay; she says occur. Flossum, it's from Tyra Banks, and apparently, have you heard any of these so far?
No.
Shazamming, I've not heard of that. Bootylicious, that was from Destiny's Child. And then Bible, the Kardashians use that. You know what that means?
No.
So that means like I'm serious. I'm honest. I'm not kidding. It's true.
Okay.
And they say it's
They're
because
so
you
hip
got to
and
like swear on a
cool.
Bible. So they say, you know, when they say something that's true, they go, no, seriously, Bible, I mean it. So, okay. I've not heard any of these. So I am clearly not cool. I thought I'd be cool in 2023. Here we are. Nope, not cool. Still not cool. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Henny Youngman. We had him not too long ago for our quote of the day. And this is another one that came our way. I thought talk was cheap until I saw our phone bill.
That's
I
not a
love
thing
that.
anymore, but back in the day,
Yeah,
you would get
yeah.
long distance charges.
Oh,
kids.
yes. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, long distance was a big deal. Now, very rarely did anybody pay long distance. It's all on cell phones. So, quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. Listen to this. A woman helps a disabled man with severe frostbite. A group of good Samaritans come to the rescue. So a man with special needs was recovering in the hospital thanks to a group of good Samaritans. Shakira Autry was at her home in Buffalo, New York, Christmas Day, when she heard somebody screaming on the street. She looked out and saw a man calling for help in the frigid cold. She brought the man in. He's 64. His name is Joe, and she brought him in to warm up, but she feared it was maybe too late. His hands had frostbite. His body was looking worse and worse the longer he stayed in her home. In a desperate plea for help, she took to Facebook Live. Said, "We got to get some help," she said on a live stream. "He has gangrene on his hands, and he's going to lose his fingers. I don't know what else to do. I've fed him. I've bathed him." It says, "I'm going crazy because I'm scared, and I'm starting to see his body change too much from the time that I had him. His body's changing rapidly every hour." She called 911. She called the National Guard, but there was a giant blizzard. Emergency responders weren't unable to answer calls and get out where they needed to
Yikes.
go. Ambulances were stuck in the snow. Eventually, her pleas were answered. A group of men arrived and took Joe to the hospital on Christmas night. Says, "I'm in the car with him and some Samaritans that came and snow plowed us out." Joe is now recovering in the ICU, 4th-degree frostbite. His sister told CNN. Yvonne is the sister, and she said that he was coming home from theater. He's worked at a theater since 1980, and that's why he was out in this weather.
Yikes.
So that was just, think about how bad that could have been.
Yeah, that's really scary.
The theater started a fundraiser for Autry and for White, and so far they've raised over $50,000. So trying to help this young man with his frostbite issues and, medical bills, and also something for the lady that helped him and just helping her out. I think that's really cool. What a bizarre story, though. I mean, that could have ended very, very poorly. I'm glad that it ended the way it did. I've got a link to it. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.